Okay. Wait, is there? Interesting. Okay. All right. What's up? What's up? This is the stream. What's up, CCO? I can't pronounce the name, but I obviously know who you are. You've been here for a while. Epic final of SBR. Yep, it is indeed the day of the finale. Let me just look at something there. Okay, so today we'll be reading chapter 93 and 95. Yeah, we are ending Steel Ball Run. Crazy, I genuinely did not think I was gonna finish Steel Ball Run this fast. Like, I think I talked about it a little bit already, but yeah, again, the stream really helped in terms of being able to get this out faster. Because if I was still doing only videos, I think we probably wouldn't have finished Steel Ball Run this year. It probably would have went into 2026. So I'm happy that I was just able to read it with a good momentum going as well. I think just for my personal just enjoyment as well, right? Not having massive breaks, just being able to read it constantly every week also helps to keep me invested in the characters and the story. So yeah, so we have one more stream left after this. Again, we'll be doing the wrap up, ranking stuff, watching fan made stuff, just a bunch of stuff, and we'll also I'll give my review of the entire part, you know, my criticism, everything I've loved. Thank you, CCO. Nice jacket, thanks. So yeah, if you guys, whether it's in, you know, the chat right now, or no, actually not in the chat, right in the comments of this live stream, I don't even know if you can leave comments during the stream. I don't think you can. I don't even know. But after the stream, you guys can leave some questions, maybe questions that you have for me for the wrap-up stream that I can answer and talk about in the wrap-up stream. So if you have any question regarding Steel Ball Run, could be anything, drop your questions in the comments. And if not, then you guys can ask me the questions once you're on the stream, in the chat. Once we are doing the wrap-up stream as well, you can keep your question for then. But only at the end. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. But so yeah, we can go over this real quick. I mean, so let's go here. So we did kind of talk about this, the ranking from chapter 80. So in the wrap-up stream, I'll have chapter 95 updated at that point, and yeah, that's going to be the final character ranking. We'll see who wins the race to be my favorite character in Steel Ball Run, but obviously this also with time can change once the anime comes out and I watch the anime and I just get time to kind of think about the story and the characters. Stuff like this can change. I mean, if you look at some of my favorite characters, or just some characters from part 1 to part 6, I have different opinions on them that I did when I finished the series. So for example, Pucci, I didn't know if I had Pucci above Dio. Now I think Pucci is arguably my favorite character in the series, from part 1 to part 6 at least. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Again, always in the description, or at least it should be, and we'll look at this again next stream. But other than that, no recap in terms of Hunter x Hunter. Togashi has been grinding. I mean, he's been tweeting daily, which has been really fun. So he has up until chapter 420 finished. That's kind of out of his hands. The assistants are going to work on that. So we can expect 10 new chapters of Hunter x Hunter in the upcoming months. So the Hunter x Hunter content videos as well will start to come back as we actually get some confirmations and stuff. And he's obviously going to continue on drawing more chapters and whatnot. So that's super hype. But in terms of Steel Ball Run, I think we're just going to jump into chapter 93. Just get started. I prepared the playlist for the fan-made animations. It's a bit long, but don't worry if you can't see it all in the next stream. The most important ones are in first places. Okay, nice. Alright. For Hunter x Hunter 2, yeah, that's gonna be really cool, man. Yeah, in terms of the playlist, I don't know how you're gonna send it to me though, because I don't think YouTube is gonna let me, but we'll figure it out for sure. Yeah. So let's move this. Let's go here. Okay, then let me. Should be good. All right, chapter 93. Is the music sounded good compared to my voice? I think it should be good. Okay, so the world ability. It's an odd thing to try to phrase, but it can stop time for only 5 seconds, during which only Dio can move. Only Dio can move, but we know Johnny can, and with Tusk guys. So let's go. High voltage part 4, Johnny on the horse, slow dancer. Sliding down, going into the sewer, trying to take the fire out. Seems like it's working, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's out. It worked. Baccarat, Baccarat, what? Is that the Rs of Dio, maybe? Johnny. Poco Loco. Gashkata, and then I don't remember the name of this person, but so we're arriving at the bridge. I mean, we're gonna have to... Is Johnny gonna try to shoot him from below, like under? Here's the lead group, they're approaching the Brooklyn Bridge. Poco Loco is for spanning the East River with a total length of roughly 2 kilometers. Once this Brooklyn Bridge completed in 1883, it is crossed, the course turns left in front of City Hall. Then continues straight down south through Broadway and finally to Wall Street. Nice. Broadway to Wall Street. Okay. And then after 6 months and crossing over 6,000 kilometers, they'll finally made it, the final sight of the Steel Ball Run race. The Trinity Church will be in sight. Diego Brando has caught up with the top 3. Following him are Georgie Porgy or Porgy and Nelly Vile. But the contestant who should have started is nowhere to be seen. What could have happened to him? Johnny, that guy. Did he slow down to be way behind, or did he choose a different route? The one who has risen to favorite to become champion, Johnny Joestar, is nowhere to be seen among the top group. He's below, he's running below, the fire I lit on him. He's not just down there to put it out, damn it. If Johnny's underground, I have no idea when he'll shoot me up. Yeah, bye. This is bad. He's prevented me from having the right timing for when to stop time. I know exactly which footsteps are yours, Dio. I've discerned which are yours there. He's too familiar with him, with his horse. Okay. He shoots and it does work. Ask for stop time. How did he? What in the? Is that what did Dio stop time and do this? Whoa, I don't believe it. What an incredible performance in this situation. Dio! His female fans have rushed over to him and stopped his horse. They're clinging on top of the horse. So now Johnny can't shoot because he can't kill all of them. Is that what he's going for? I mean, just this imagery obviously takes me back to like part 3 Dio and even part 1 with all the females, and you know, is being come out of the worst. Is being a topic of the press more important to him than the battle to the goal? Or is he so confident in his victory he feels he has time to spare? They don't get it, bro. So the stand is... Is that about to punch like through them? Or is it... What in the f... Just punch a girl, but... I guess maybe he didn't know, he thought that was maybe Dio and just punched Hey, hey, how terrible. That was not my crime, Johnny. The one who killed them was you. Bro. That's insane, man. Like, what is it with... First we had Valentine who's like making Johnny kill random innocent bystanders or just random people around the world, and now Dio is doing this. Like, goddamn, bro, give him a break. Such pure and cute girls, it's such a shame they broke into pieces and died, although it looks like they went to another dimension. You killed them, that's enough. You lot, get off the horse. And what is happening now? I can't see what happened exactly. Insane. We come out the sewer. It's no good. I didn't hit him. There's only 3 kilometers remaining until the goal. Beholding the Statue of Liberty. Of their left shoulders, each horse rushes into Brooklyn Bridge. Spectators are filling the pedestrian section of the bridge. I hope Diego isn't gonna make us kill other bystanders again. They're talking about spectators being there now. Johnny. Why is there an arrow of Johnny? It's like, at first I can understand, okay, maybe in black and white, right? Like, you can't tell who this is. Why is there one ear? Like I thought the only way to finish off Dio is at close range, judging the distance based on the sound of his horse's hooves. At this distance, it's impossible to hit. I need to get as close to him as possible before I shoot my nail bullet. My chance will be before we finish crossing. Before the number of spectators on the course increases again. Dio is And now Johnny Joestar, who is thought to have taken a different route, is back on the course. But, however, just what is he anticipating? What could he be thinking? Johnny Joestar has suddenly gained an additional burst of speed to catch up with the lead group. Yeah, Sloop John B, that's his name. At the sight of the Brooklyn Bridge, he's gained a spurt that seems to be his full speed at this point, with only 3 kilometers to go before the goal. Non-trade ends, the acceleration, bro, I cannot talk right now, will even eventually make the horse break down. Expert timing is required. He's slowly drawing away from Redder Nelville in 5th place and closing on Diego Brando. Wait, what happened? Whoa, now it seems that Dio is also suddenly beginning to accelerate. Trying to keep the distance, maybe. Is this an act of suicide? Or is it a calculated judgment by two genius jockeys? Saying that about the character Johnny was almost, you know, borderline suicidal. But it's also right now it really just feels like it's just Johnny versus Dio on the race, right? Like it's just them, like they're the most important. And near at incredible speeds, Diego Brano and Johnny Joestar have broken out of the lead group. Okay, we're in front. They're pulling away, the other racers aren't taking the invitation. At this point, the racers are going at their max speed. Second, Johnny Joestar is chasing. First, Dio is trying to escape him. Very fitting. Dio is first and Johnny is second. I mean, it kind of makes sense as well, right? If Johnny is able to finally beat Dio and he is able to finish first, and maybe Dio finishes second or something. And like George is there to see it as well. Dio is his ability to stop time. Judging from what I've sensed up till now, from Dio's point of view, there's a length of time during which he can stop time. I'd say that it's likely within a few seconds. The max length he can stop time is probably within 5 seconds. Dio can only move and stop time during that interval. In that case, I'll get to a position just barely 5 seconds away from him and shoot. So we go from Johnny's perspective and what he's thinking in his plan, and now we're gonna go into Dio. Are you coming, Johnny? Then come shoot me. Just try and shoot your nail bullets of infinite rotation at me. Because it's all progressing according to my plan. Johnny will predict the world's range and try to get as close as he can before firing. You should predict around 5 seconds. I too must make a sacrifice and payment equivalent to that. I am certain to win. I'll impale you, I'll skewer you. Yep, that's the Diego I know right there. Like, those words, I'll impale you, skewer you. That's basically what he was saying to Valentine. So is he going to maybe use the corpse? Because when he says sacrifice and a payment equivalent to that, maybe he's gonna sacrifice the corpse or like do something with the corpse, maybe? I don't know. Come, Johnny Joestar, the conclusion will come faster than if time were stopped. That's a really cool line. Alright, here we go, golden rectangle. Saguardo. Okay, 5 less, so I guess maybe he isn't. He's just jumping from his horse, maybe? So is he abandoning the... Bro. He's just gonna give up first place? Maybe? Of the race? I don't know. That's where we end. Okay. We'll just go straight into chapter 94, I guess. Yeah, I feel like he's gonna... Maybe that's what the sacrifice is. He's actually gonna sacrifice the race, maybe. Or at least, like, his first place or something. Diego is so canonically beautiful, he attracts women like nothing. True. I mean, I would imagine from his looks and, you know, his place in the race and everything, right? Okay, let's go. Talking about looking beautiful, look at this guy. So majestic. It's also similar to that shot of him, right, with the shadow, earlier on. The water though, time has stopped. Yeah. World of Stars and Stripes, America. Alright, second to last chapter here. This is it. Hey. Okay, so he is walking. The bullet is kind of missing. But Johnny might have something in mind, I don't know. That we don't know about. The pose. Swirl. 4 seconds left. Oh, he's got a gun? Just like with Valentine, huh? I do like this drawing a lot as well, like the perspective, like the bullet is coming towards me. Two seconds left. One second left. He's right there. Oh, wait. No. The stun is ready to punch and is ready to shoot. And time continues. I don't know what Johnny's got. I mean, he's got more bullets, I guess. He shot him, but he hit the tank. Then I don't know if that does much. A bullet through the throat, to the back of the neck at least. Oh, okay, yeah, you see the injury on Diego right there from kind of the shoulder hit there. He just shoots everywhere. I think Diego just ducked that. He just dodged everything. Man, the art is incredible. Those double spreads, man, like, holy shit, like just the scale. But again, like, Johnny can use his bullets in weird ways, even if they missed, you know, I don't know. Falls. Boats. We're both off of our horses. Is that it? The showdown right here? Whoa, there, what just happened here? This is sudden. Contestant Johnny Joestar has fallen off his horse. Something happened which caused him to lose his grip. He's gotten off his horse. That is a terrible injury right there on Johnny. Wait. Stuff to tell, but could he maybe do something with the bullet that did it? Like move it to, I don't know. Contestant Johnny is hurt, he's been injured. How could this happen with just 1,000 meters remaining just as he was about to finish? Crossing the Brooklyn Bridge, contestant Johnny has fallen off his horse and is injured. Man, just this imagery of just Diego slowly walking towards just Johnny on the floor, just bleeding out, and this is also pretty fitting. I didn't really think about it, but technically Jotaro and Dio fought on a bridge, right? In their last fight, like the last part of their fight, they were on a bridge, right? So if I'm thinking back to that, could I see maybe Johnny stopping time in some weird way? I don't know. Like Jotaro did? Not sure. Now you're unhorsed. He doesn't have his horse anymore, which has been such a big thing for him throughout this entire race. His horse Soul Dancer has been so important. I mean, even in Valentine, right, the first time he used Tusk, Act 4, like, he needed Soul Dancer. Based on what the president told me, your infinite rotation is no longer active because you can't use the horse's power. However, now it's going to come back to where I am. It's preparing to shoot, I think. If that infinite null bullet you shot at the bridge is still framed before I expunged, right? Okay. That's what I was thinking that he might have done with the bullets. Act 4, the infinite rotation you shot is infinite, so it won't disappear. It's still on top of this bridge, correct? Is that what you had in mind? Is that your plan? That is also according to my predictions. My plan. Fuck? He's grabbing onto his stand? He's just like piggybacking the world? My plan, it's coming back here? Okay, he's not touching the ground. See Task Act 4. It's like Diego is standing on top of the world, right? Or it's like the world is his horse, right? He's like in control of the world. Yeah, it's still going up his stand though. The infinite rotation, huh? There are no other means of protection, it seems. But sacrifices go in and with victory. So here it is, he's gonna chop his leg off. Yep. Muda. I'm not saying all of that though. Okay, let's try. Muda. There we go. But the rotation, take it yourself. Throwing it back at Johnny, is that gonna affect him? Although this imagery almost makes me think of like the boot of Nicholas in Johnny's arms. It's actually affecting Johnny. This is also interesting now, right? Because Dio is kind of brought to Johnny's level in the sense of like having trouble walking, the lack of his leg. Oh god, man. Yep, we're going. Act 2. He's pulling the Act 2. What? Is it just like not working because of what's happening to us? Spin. Dio, use it to your advantage. There will instantly be no one, you will have no path. Or if you can make Johnny just start get hit by the infinite rotation just one, there will instantly be no one, you will have no path. No one will be able to help him and he will be extinguished from this world. The laws of physics will be forced to affect both his body and soul. The laws of physics will be forced to affect both his body and soul. That line though, bro, no one will be able to help him. Like, just the lack of, like, Jaro just not being there anymore, and even Lucy, you know? I mean, Lucy's stand could maybe come in clutch, but... yeah, there's just no one, man. Look at that shot. Use it against him. It's Johnny himself with the infinite rotation. You must use it. That is your only path. As we see the train. Like this just looks like a sculpture, like, you know what I mean, like just a statue of sort, like both the stand and Valentine, just the way it's drawn and illustrated. It's a great shot. You will have no path, and this is Dio's only path. Dio, it will be your victory. I don't know, how do we get out of this? I don't know. Surely Johnny doesn't die here. Diego Brando has gotten back on his horse. He has finally finished crossing the Brooklyn Bridge. They are running left past the front of City Hall. He's got the course, missing line. Did Diego Brando fall off his horse over the bridge too? There seems to be a heavy one on his right leg, but his speed has not dropped. A heavy wound on his right leg? You don't say so, bro. It's somehow hanging on. And still having separated from the pack, he alone wrenches onto Broadway, the final stretch to the finish. Only 500 meters left. He can now see Trinity Church up ahead, but will Dio have enough stamina? And second is Sloop John B. Pocoloco, Norisuke, Gashkata are all getting on Dio. 100 meters left, 300 meters left. Bro. Ow. I mean, how is, like, is Johnny gonna pull something to be able to catch up to the racers somehow? And surely Pocoloco is gonna, let's say Dio does finish first, surely Pocoloco, you know, doesn't finish behind Norisuke and Sloop John B because of his luck. Like, there's no way. Come back, Slow Dancer! Yeah. Guess that's maybe the only way if you can use it again, or, you know, Slow Dancer can maybe help him. Can't even grab onto it. The infinite rotation. I can't mount my horse. No good. The thing that got him into this race, right? Like just the spin of gyro, what the spin was to be able to walk, and now that's like the thing that's holding him back at the end here. The Still Ball Run race that started on the West Coast, San Diego, California on September 25th. Yep, with a total number of 3,650 horseback contenders, having traveled a distance of 6,400 kilometers. 116 days, 6 hours. This race's champion is... right at the edge. We're right there, and we're seemingly just lost everything. Like, we're out of the race. Dio has the corpse. We lost to Dio again. This race champion is Diego Brando. Goal. At last, at last, at last, at last, at last. Diego won. My prediction was completely wrong. Somehow, bro, this guy that's not even like supposed to be here, like he's from a different world dimension, and he just pulls up here and still wins. Always has been first and still finishes first here. Unless there's something else, because we've seen people finish first and then something happens, so maybe. This panel though, like the church, the confettis, the shot of Diego. Got this. It is over at last. The one to reach the goal first is Diego Brando on January. I'm not gonna say all that. The winner of the 9th stage is Diego Brando. He has won special prize of the final stage of $10 million, as well as having the overall total points value of 442 points. The final overall winner of the Steelball Run race is Diego Brando. $60 million, making it 70 million, yep. As extra prizes, the Transcontinental Railroad Stockholder Award, Newspaper Award, American Horse Owner Association Award, Selective Breeding Vegetable, what? The Selective Breeding Vegetable Company Award, and the Communication Catalog Sales Award, pinnacle of the world though. It is concluded with Diego Brando. It's an interesting expression from Diego here though, like he's not like, I don't know, doesn't seem happy, I guess, doesn't seem, you know. The hell is that? Okay. There's an underground shelter already built below the Gold Point Trinity Church. To store the corpse there. The back gate has a door you can enter from behind the cemetery to a catacomb. Finding the door for the shelter is quite simple. Right now the door is unlocked. Once the corpse is stored there, you can lock it, and once the shelter and door are locked, no stand user, you included, nor any army will be able to breach it for 80 years. It was built to have that protection. For 80 years. It was built to have that protection, but the corpse will be an ally to you, its owner. Interesting. I wonder, like, what did they use? Like, not a stand user can enter? Like, what type of shelter is that? Deal. With this country, you must take the napkin in my stead. And in my stead, all good luck in the center of the world will be at that place. As he just has a leg bleeding out. I'm surprised he didn't try to at least like tie it up, try to stop the bleeding a little bit, because I don't know how he's not passing out right now from the blood loss. But I'm like waiting, like surely there's gonna be something, right? The bad guy is not like winning here, right? It just keeps going, and I'm like, there's one chapter left, like we just lost, like surely we're gonna get some type of win in that last chapter, right? Because Diego and Valentine are winning here. Like, I mean, I guess this kind of is like make me think to part 6 how like Pucci won, right? But we're gonna get some sort of win at the end. Yeah, the entire vibe again just captured so well. The scale of it, the end of the race, the winner, everyone being there cheering. God damn. Jotaro versus Pucci callbacks, drawing going insane. Yeah, the drawings are so good here. I mean, you can tell Araki is he understands the commitment, you know, those are the last chapters of the part, so he's just putting it all on the line. Everything there. I think Joseph and Straight Soul fought at the Brooklyn Bridge as well. Yep, they did. Literally on top of the world. Yeah, Valentine does feel like Diego's mentor here, but yeah, it's really like Valentine is beyond the grave again. It's bigger than him, right? It's just for America, so kind of trying to think back to their first kind of interaction in chapter 40 when they kind of teamed up together in a way. Obviously Valentine did not like Diego at all, but he still wanted to use him. So I guess it's still similar, but there's a little bit of difference or development in the sense that as much as Valentine doesn't trust Diego, you know, he's still giving him, like, he's still saying, you're gonna be the victor, you know, the corpse is gonna be in your, on your side, good luck is going to be on your side. Like, he's a little bit more okay with Diego having his way and winning in a way and everything, while still, you know, it being for America, so it can pass. As long as the corpse is in America, stays here. It's also fitting, right, that it's kind of under the church, right? The catacomb, the corpse is under a church. That MF actually did it. He actually did. I'll watch your reaction later. Just wanted to say, hope you are enjoying the rest. Thanks, Nico. Hopefully you enjoyed the VOD later, the reaction. First time manga history that Diego actually got a dub, and it's an alternate reality version of its alternate reality version. I think when he says dub, he means like victory, like a W. It's true. I guess Dio did never really get. Well, I mean, in the long run, I guess no, he didn't, but I'm thinking you could say he kind of won against Jonathan, right? Like he kind of was able to survive while Jonathan didn't, and he was able to get Jonathan's body. But in the end, he still lost to Joe Stars, so was it a win in the end? Not really, but in short term, it kind of was. And then, yeah, he kind of came close with Pucci, but that was more of a Pucci thing than Dio overall. So. That's also a part where, like, yeah, like obviously Diego is kind of, you know, the antagonist here, so that's why it's just so shocking, right? I was waiting for the punchline, like, okay, we're gonna do something here, right? I mean, he's just straight up winning, just taking the corpse, and like Johnny is just straight up lost, like just lost. Again, just so fitting that Diego is like throwing him his leg almost, or like, I guess it's kind of coming back to him, but the fact that the leg is what's just kind of defeating Johnny here, when that's a big thing with him not being able to walk and wanting to walk again. And so are we going to go with the route that, like, yeah, Johnny lost the race, doesn't have the corpse, is just gonna stay like Valentine kind of won in a way. Dio is gonna get to live, and Johnny's win is just like the journey that he's been on, and that now, you know, his initial goal was to walk, right? Like that was the thing, to know about the spin and being able to walk again, and going from negative back to zero, right? So technically he is back to zero, right? So it is still fulfilling his goal. So we're gonna go that route, like we lost everything, but we did get this, and we did get to meet Jaro and build this amazing, beautiful relationship, friendship, and now we can just kind of carry on Jaro's memories and all that, and he's gonna be happy to live with that. Maybe that's the route we're going, or maybe something is gonna happen and Johnny's gonna have some sort of other victory, gain something else. I'm not sure. I think it's time, boys. Last chapter. I think it's time. This is a pretty lengthy chapter. I'll pay many pages. Yeah. Okay. We see the world. At last, finally, we've made it. After a year and about a month, so about 13 months, we finally made it to the last chapter of Steel Ball Run. Another part of JoJo's in the bank. Let's go. Oh wow, okay, we're getting like a Araki coloring here. World of Stars and Stripes outro, so we have the code. All you need to do is lock it. The shelter has an elevator that will descend only once. When it is locked, it cannot be unlocked. The corpse is stored deep below the Earth's surface, so even if enemies that wish to destroy it appear, it would take them 80 years. All of the good fortune in this world will begin with you. I'm interested, like, so are we saying that this, like, this Diego that we're seeing right now, does he have kind of the same backstory as the one? That's kind of what I was assuming, but I'm not sure if he has the same backstory as the initial Diego that we knew of. It's also, again, going back to the Earth, like the corpse going back into the Earth, right? Like America's Earth, the ground. Kind of like how Valentine was getting dragged into the earth non-stop. That is a beautiful coloring from. So love how Diego is drawn there. 95 World of Stars and Stripes outro. Here we go. Lucy, Johnny with the coat, Gyro and Valentine on his throne, his chair. Dang, we're getting some really cool illustrations. Outro. Oh boy. Diego, another amazing illustration there. Wow. It's over, my own infinite rotation. There's no longer anything I can do on this bridge. At this place, it's all over. I'll break down into bits of dust and disappear somewhere I lost, and I don't think even a soul will be left behind. Surely we survive at the very least, right? Like, at least we don't win the race, we don't have the cars, but at least we live. But what? With the corpse being here in New York, Dio, you will become the center of the world. Just spin the dial with your fingers and it will be locked. The fact that they're repeating it there makes me think maybe Dio will not do that. Alright, President, I believe you. Oh, Lucy? Oh, and the... I mean, I guess maybe Steven? Valentine was able to convince Diego there, though. The hell is she holding too? She's there with a little red cape. Is Lucy gonna save the day? I mean, surely she has a plan. Why is she holding? Lucy, still. What are you doing? What's this? You came here alone? It doesn't look like that man still is outside. Why have you come? For happiness. It was for happiness that I crossed this continent and came here. You're putting his nose in her mouth? For happiness. I see, Steven still already knows about the construction of this shelter and about the existence of the corpse. He knows too much. Yeah. Obviously, I cannot leave him alive. Once everything is over, I will have to shut Steele's mouth. But Lucy, you're just so young, bro. We're not doing this again, bro. Stop it, Diego. What the hell is this? You seem like you will never get your happiness, but I came in case Johnny couldn't take the corpse back from you. I came here. I've been waiting at this Gold Point church since early this morning for your arrival. It makes sense. So what did she plan though? I mean, again, she has a stand, so... And her stand is about luck, so... There's something that can succeed as well. About the flow. The corpse is not yours. Is that right? No matter how cute a voice you say in it, it's useless, Lucy. Right now, because of a certain circumstances of my legs is wounded, it hurts so much. If you think that this technique of seduction will incite sympathy in me, then... Just wait until my leg is straight and we can play all... Bro, stop it, man. I'll make you fall to the lowest a woman can go, and then while I'm playing with you, I'll kill you. What the hell is that? Is that his head? Is that like his corpse? Like his previous corpse? Like what is that? What's this bundle? It's not exactly a present, more like something you lost. Yeah, is it like his original corpse, his original body? But like what? Or his leg, like is the leg that I have no idea. Yeah, she's on the track, so it has to be. Wait, Lucy, wait, please stop. What are you intending to do, Lucy? I'm sure you should be around here. Oh. Okay, I think I just understood. I think that's probably like his head or something, and it's gonna collide, right, because of gravity, and that's gonna destroy him. I'm sure she'll be around here. Wasn't that far off. At this rate, Johnny and Dio should reach Manhattan and get to the goal tomorrow morning. If we go there now by train, we'll be able to overtake the racers and get there first. Before then, we have to find that. If we find that and then head forward, please stop, Lucy. Throw away that blade. Why do you need something so repulsive? In order to find happiness, if Johnny is defeated and fails, we're sure to be killed too. If the same two things meet, they'll be annihilated. I heard President Valentine say that when I was on the train. Something that came from another world, something in this world. If two of the same object meet, yeah. Nice shot of his eye there. Look at Lucy go though. I mean, this is a different Lucy than at the start, that's for sure. She wouldn't be acting like this and doing this and be so like confident and... Yep. Brutal. The real Diego, not you, damn imposter. The world, get away, stop time! Too late, I think. Get away, the world. Far away, this is bad. And now he's missing a leg, so it's not as easy to... Okay, he did tie his leg with a rope, I think. For the bleeding. But yeah, now his missing leg is making him struggle to move, right? I've got to get far away from here, far away. My leg. How dare you? How dare someone like you, Lucy Still? Who do you think I am? Doing something like this to me, the victor is ideal. Stop. I'm the pinnacle of the world. This is so part 3D, man. Stop this, you're just a shallow scum of a little girl. How dare you do something like this to me? I won't let you live. Or stand, maybe? The expressions, though, look at the drawings there on his face. Too late. But there it's like the entire body. Okay, no, it's just the head. I saw it wrong. Uri! I think this is it, man. Interesting expression on Diego, like the original Diego's face. Stop! Skull being destroyed. GG's. It's interesting how we kind of just focus on the eye a little bit there of the stand. Face is just deleted. And the eye is staying. Steven. Oh. We got Steven on the damn horse, just like, it's me, Johnny, grab on. Look at that guy. You may have been disqualified from the steel ball run race, but if you ride on this horse for a moment, you'll have a chance. Won't you? SBR. Full expression. I love that moment for Steven. The rotation will be reverse rotation using the horse's power. Yeah, he's got to shoot a negative, like what Valentine wanted. An infinite reverse rotation on myself. There it goes. And then I think the rotation is getting off. Corpse is open with just the head missing. Golly, that's just... As they're both just standing there, just two corpses just lying. So I guess maybe the corpse will not, you know. That's a haunting image though, like just Diego's corpse there. Dio. It's more so Dio's corpse here, but once again, love those shots of the city with the confettis. Beautiful. This is a story of revival. Oh boy, okay. I don't know if I'm ready to read this. This is a story of revival, how I was literally able to start walking again. This is very similar to the way he was talking as well, and I think it was maybe chapter 2, at the end of chapter 2. And thinking back, I was constantly praying the whole journey. Even this cross-continental race by horse was a journey of prayer. Praying for the weather tomorrow, praying that when we wake up the next day there would be a road on the land. Praying that we would have food and a place to sleep, praying that our campfire would light. And while these common things would repeat, which ball will the ball fall on? Which side will the ball fall on? The ball that hit the net. Prayer that my friend and the horses would be okay, and we cross each river one by one. Now I have crossed the final river. This is already getting to me a little bit, to be honest. As for the Steel Ball Run Transcontinental race, in the end there were 39 contestants to complete it. Pocoloco ended up as... Wait. In the end there were 39 contestants to complete. Pocoloco ended up as winner by default and obtained 60 million. I was right! I was actually right. Pocoloco, that makes sense. Diego he's dead. He's gone, so... Yeah. The special prize for the final stage went to Sloop John B, a prize of $10 million. Congrats to him, I guess. The horse that matched Diego Brando's registered no sprint silver bullet was discovered on the side of the road. And because the contestant himself could not be found, Diego Brando was disqualified without apology. People all over the world waited for United States President Valentine to arrive to give the speech for the closing ceremony, but with the explanation being security reasons, the mayor of New York made a speech in his place. The president did not appear. However, the people's praise of President Valentine would never stop. According to a newspaper report, the approval ratings for the president rose to 91%. And it was announced that the heads of every nation sent distinctions to him because of the manner, resulting that criticism that the race was inhuman came from all sides. As Stephen is behind the flag of America, standing behind. So even, you know, after his death and everything, he kind of succeeded in some, like Valentine kind of had a little bit of a victory in a way for himself, you know. It was announced that the economic result of the race was $70 trillion. And it was also announced that promoter Steven Steele donated everything he earned to various different causes. Golly. And all of the criticism stopped immediately. Charity. As soon as he gave his money to charity and just different causes, people... The final results of the Steel Ball Run race are shown below. Pocoloco first, champion. I'm happy, bro. I'm happy Pocoloco won, to be honest. If there's someone that, like, I really don't mind getting all this money and finishing first, it's Pocoloco, man. Second, Norisuke Higashikata. Sure. Okay. Sloop John B, George Borky, and Olivia. Yeah, crazy that none of the again, other than Poco Loco, but like none of like Johnny, Diego, Jaro finished even in the top 5. And so after spanning 4 months, the curtain fell on the Steel Ball Run race. Now we switch back to this. Yeah. He made so much money, Steven, but it's interesting because it's pretty realistic, right? You know, this guy who's, as soon as he gives money to charity, it's like everyone just stop criticizing him and just see him as a good guy, and they don't have a problem with him and whatnot. But this makes total sense, like Steven giving them money, it's, yeah. That was great, I really like just, I am guessing this is just like a narrator. I could almost imagine this being Johnny as well, because it does start with Johnny, so... Yeah, as for, yeah, this is probably Johnny that's narrating this. The curtain fell on the stillborn race. But the president wanted the right to being fortunate, even if the law of the napkin is within the corpse. I think that after all, the only thing that can decide that is the will of God. Ultimately, the corpse does not belong to anyone, not to be possession of one nation or one person. This way is best. The corpse must be stored somewhere, but this way it will not belong to anyone. Dio has locked the shelter shut, but Dio has been annihilated. This way is fine. So I guess it being stuck in there is fine, because it's not gonna belong to anyone. It's just, you know, it's just a corpse. It's just gonna belong to the earth. It no longer belongs to anyone. I was afraid the one who owned it when it was locked would be given the napkin, but Dio was not qualified to be the owner, as it would seem qualified. Lucy thinks to herself qualified, and then she looks at her and... Yes, it was like the corpse has been stored deep within the earth. I do like her little cape, or whatever you want to call it. Johnny, is that Jarl's possible corpse? He's walking. We're at the port. Is he going to go to Jarl's old man, do what he said he was going to do? Oh, it's you. Are you doing well, or what are you doing on a boat like this? This boat is going to Europe, right? What am I doing? My original job was a custom officer. The official on the Steel Ball Run race were hired on a temporary basis. By the way, Mr. John Joestar, was that correct? You have with you a corpse. Once again, carrying a corpse with us, but this time it's, you know, probably Jarl's and, you know, not, It's also similar, so again, to Jonathan going on the boat at the end of part 1. Steel Ball. It's the corpse of my friend and my friend's beloved horse Valkyrie. I'm going back to his homeland on this boat and handing them over to his family. The horse is fine, but according to boarding rules, I cannot permit you to bring corpse on board. I'm sincerely sorry, but I'll have to ask you to come. You to have him cremated and bring only the ashes, or have him buried in this country. I see. Then let me tell you a nice solution for that, you. Go get me authorization to bring him on board. I am definitely going to bring my friend back to his native country, no matter what. If you want a bribe, I'll pay you. That's what Jaro deserves. Oh. Come everyone, gather around right over here. Get this crate off here by brute force. Get him! What are you trying to do? I told you there's no way I'm taking this off the boat. We see Stan. It's already impossible. No, he did not say charged. Guess you've got no choice but to bug off. Bro is now talking like Jaro too. And if necessary, you go get authorization. Got it? We don't have any problem here, right? Oh, Norisuke is there. Alright. Finally a moment to breathe, huh? Just finally stand in silence and in peace and calm and be able to like reflect on everything. Amazing. Look, Sandman is running. Awesome. First, the most dangerous one is the favorite to win, Mountain Tim. You still can't let them drink here. The horses have to last 3 days without drinking. That brat, I'll never forgive him. Those guys are the Boom Boom family. Creepy, aren't they? The Boom Boom family, man. What the hell is that? Is it alive? How many times have we taken this path? That guy knows he's part of the roll guard. Wake up, people. Hot Pants, Pork Pie Hat, Kid, Ringo, my goat. Wake up, people. Blackmore. Johnny, this is lesson 4. Against Sandman. Wow. This entire thing is just giving me massive chills. Yeah. Why don't we pray that we have a safe voyage crossing the Atlantic Ocean and getting you back home? Home. Let's go home. Several years later, on the other side of the Atlantic, the Kingdom of Naples, no, so we are getting a time skip, so I don't think we're gonna actually see Johnny. The Kingdom of Naples had a revolution and the monarchy had been abolished and it had become a republic-dependent province. As for a boy, Marco, who had been in prison with a death sentence, Dang, so are we saying since there was a monarch, like the monarchy was abolished and everything, he was exempt? Who had been in prison with a death sentence along with the abolishment of the monarchy, he was given amnesty instead. He would later die. Iraqi, when I catch you, bro. This guy, bro. This fucking guy, man. Like, he gives my oath, like, let's go, the monarchy has been abolished, let's go. He was free. I mean, everything that Jaro wanted to win the race didn't work out, but hey, life happened and it still worked out. And he's just, yeah, later he just died of a cold. Yeah, I hope you were saying he died of a cold like when he was 50 years old, right, Araki? Not like he died of a cold like, you know, at 15 or some shit. I heard that the Zipoli family were patrimonially employed as the official royal executioner of the Kingdom of Naples had moved to a different country. Interesting. But no one knows exactly. So Gregorio and them were kind of finally free from this, right? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7, Still Baron, the end. Shot to end this on, man. On the ocean. On the boat on the ocean, just... The world is just open to Johnny and... He's free now, he can go wherever he wants, whatever he wants to do. He's back to zero and he can do everything. Carry on Jaro's life. Memories. Also, the fact that the police didn't move means that I mean, I guess this is several years later, so I don't know if I'm gonna imagine or assume that Johnny was able to kind of get this back to them before they moved to a country, but if he didn't, then that means that I mean, he's gonna be on a journey to find them and to deliver that anyway, so I'm sure he's gonna be able to relay what he wants to relay about Gyro to them. Yeah, I mean, this is a very just nostalgic almost feeling of the end of a part, you know, how it ends. There's just this shot of like in part 3 on a plane with just looking from above, and this on a boat on the ocean, just or Emporio and everyone in the car, just on the road, leaving on the road. Man. Let's go on. Is it for Lucy? I'm glad she was able to get a happy ending. Yeah, sorry if I'm just in silence, I'm just kind of taking this in, like, it's a lot, man. I mean, on those last, so what, it's from page 38 to 42. Counting double spread, like 5 pages. What a sequence, man. I just love how quiet it is, and like really just after all of this crazy stuff, we can just kind of sit and just take a deep breath and take the journey in everything we've been through, and Jaro, and finding Johnny finally finding some peace. Arc is this stuff with Marco is insane, man. He just drops this there. Alright, what's up, chat? What's up, chat? Okay, I'll go back from the top, read from the top, and I'll go back. Diego's story and Diego story is the same, just different context. Okay. Lucy, classic day of being. I can't believe we like Dio, or yeah, I'm just gonna call him Dio. Was about to do that again, bro. I say again because Valentine did the same. Berserk, classic reference in SBR. Lucy understand when she had the corpse in her, and as Blackmore said, she couldn't have developed on her own, so we can assume she lost it when she lost the corpse. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's true. Lucy is such a gold. Steven is gold too. Poco Loco so damn lucky, he still wins by coming second. Facts. The fact that, yeah, he technically didn't win, but luck is on his side, so he ends up winning in the end. Very fitting. It's also interesting because we didn't really get much more Poco Loco, you know? Even at the end here, like, we didn't even get his reaction to winning or anything of that sort. Like, he's just in the background. Where is it? It's like, yeah, it's like this is the only thing we get of him. So I'm interested to see in the anime, maybe if we do see they add at least like a close-up of his face reaction to winning or something. That would be pretty cool. I can't remove this there. Second, I'm just trying to yeah, that moment with Steven at the end there, or like grabbing grabbing Johnny, that was a great moment. I love that. Johnny lost the race but won at life. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I was getting throughout most of this, right? Ever since, yeah, I don't really know when, but towards the end of Stillborn, maybe the last 20 chapters or so, I was starting to feel that, right? It's like I don't necessarily need Johnny to finish first. I don't think he needs to finish first, right? It's about what he's won, the experience, the relations, obviously being able to walk again as well. He has a stand, like he gained so much throughout this. He lost a lot, but he also gained a lot. More, actually, he gained more than what he had at the start for sure. So Norisuke Gashikata second place, yeah. Old man got I mean, credit to him, bro. At his age, being able to do this, bro. Credit to him, man. Crazy time. Yo. Memories of SBR. That's literally me. Johnny right there was Johnny right there. Literally me right there. One of the best panels ever. Which one? I'm guessing it's either the Johnny I showed or the Johnny thinking about Jaro or this one. Let's go home. Wait to make this proof. SBR best manga. I mean, now I see why it's top 2 on my anime list for sure. Reaction. What's up? I didn't say hello to all of you guys, by the way. What's up? Weimar, Yuan, Pelag, Azes, Lidi. The end, man. Every time it just never stops hitting. Every time you end a JoJo part, it's just you hit the end, and it's just so bittersweet. You just read greatness, my friend. I hope you enjoyed this masterpiece. I very much did enjoy it. It was... what an experience, man. Once I finish reading, I'll talk a little bit more about it. I'll also just keep some of my thoughts for the wrap-up stream. If you guys missed it, we'll be doing a big stream where we just kind of review the part in general. I'll go more in detail, rank stuff, so we'll obviously go more in depth with it, but... like part 1, yep. 100 out of 10. How would you rate it out of 10? I'll think about it a little bit. Who knows what happens next? Next is part 8. What happens in that? No idea. The director of the anime said there will be Poco anime original scenes, so we may see Poco's celebration at the end. Yeah, I mean, if the director did talk about this, I doubt it was about, you know, the end. About the end. I doubt he would be talking about this early, but I mean, it's not impossible. But if he's talking about that, I imagine it's probably earlier on that he's gonna get more scenes, but in saying that, I do agree. I think there's a good chance that the anime kind of shows us a little bit more of his reaction to his win. That's most of the time, that's what anime does, right? That's what an adaptation, a good adaptation should do. I want your ranking of characters. Yep, as Sisio said, my ranking of characters is in the description. You guys should be able to have access to it. Let me know if it's there. I don't know if it works and stuff. It should be working, but and as I said, that ranking is my ranking up until chapter 80, of course, so we'll have the actual updated final part 7 character ranking in the next stream. You didn't mention especially Poco Loco, but yeah, there will be some few changes for side characters. Yeah, I think I saw the Sandman one. It's there. Okay, nice. Okay, So we made it, man. Wow, wow, wow. Gonna have need time to process this. I mean, the longest JoJo part. I do think also, yeah, it has to be the part that's taking me the longest to do as well. I don't think any of the previous part in the anime took me that long to go from episode 1 to the end. What a story. I mean, I think, you know, again, I'll keep some of my thoughts for the wrap up, but I think, I mean, if you've watched all of my reactions, you probably know, probably can guess by now, but yes, I do think part 7 is my favorite JoJo part. I do also think it is, I mean, I don't like doing this objective thing, but, you know, if I had to say something, I probably think part 7 is JoJo's objectively his best part. Again, I'll kind of think a little bit more about it over the course before the stream to like truly have a good review of the entire part, but I think it's just JoJo's at its best in every aspects. Yeah, you know, before I started part 7, I had no idea about what it was, right? Like, I just knew people were hype about it. I knew it was number 2 on my anime list. You know, I heard about the hype. Like, I knew about the hype for Steel Ball Run, like something that I've never heard about JoJo's in terms of hype. Any of the previous parts, I've never heard, you know, the overall, like, anime community, manga community, like, hype apart so much, right? So, I had no idea. So, before I was gonna jump into it, I was wondering, like, especially since it's kind of a reboot, I knew that there was like monthly chapters as well, so it was gonna get longer. So I didn't know if it was gonna be different from the 6 parts, like Araki's writing style, or, you know, just the way he was gonna write stuff. Like, was it going to be like different? Is it going to feel like the first 6 parts? Is it going to feel like JoJo's in a way, like the part 1 to part 6 JoJo's, or is it going to have a totally different feel? So I didn't know what to expect in terms of that. And obviously now that I finished, like, to me this is still clearly very JoJo's. Like, this is very part 1 to part 6, but I truly think this is perfected JoJo. Like, again, I haven't read the future parts, but in terms of this, to me, this is just Araki perfecting his craft when it comes to JoJo, just literally perfecting everything. Still very JoJo's in its writing style, and it's the way the fights play out, you know, characters' death and dialogue and powers and all of that, even villain a little bit. Like, it's all of that, but I just think it's all of this, but better than any of the other parts. So yeah, that's just my overall thoughts on that just for now. Again, I'll have more to talk about and say for the wrap up, but amazing stuff. Those chapters, this ending, again, just felt pretty much perfect. Having Johnny losing to Dio is not something I was expecting. I thought Johnny was gonna win there. I actually thought Johnny was gonna defeat Dio. But he didn't. He lost, but did he really lose? Like, did he lose in the end? I don't think so. Like, he doesn't necessarily need to finish first, right? He doesn't necessarily need to beat Dio by himself. That's just something his dad, you know, placed on him, or this idea of, you know, never being able to defeat Dio and that stuff. So it's not something that Johnny needs to do, right? So it truly feels like Johnny is just free from everything, right? Everything about his dad there, you know, that trauma there, big trauma there, and yeah, Yeah, Diego, that was crazy. I didn't expect Dio to come back at the end there, just in general, with the world. But I'm glad Lucy got her moment to shine as well. She was really the one that defeated him, and she's the one that truly ended everything, which I think is very fitting. Yeah. Why did you take 1 year to read it? I mean, to be fair, again, I say a year. I did take like a 3-month hiatus where I didn't read it because of health issues. So technically, it's yeah, like 10 months. But yeah, I mean, it's a long part. So obviously, again, the streams made me able to do this way faster. But the first 50 to 60 chapters, since I was mainly only doing videos, the process of editing those and doing all of that does take time. And again, with some health constraint, I just can't be on screens and look at screens that much, right? I gotta bide my time, use my time smartly, so that also is a factor in why this took longer. But it's also a long part, right? So I feel like most people that, do reaction or reading stream would take some time as well. Though I know some people are way faster than me as well, so. In the word masterpiece, yeah. I do think it is a masterpiece. Diego, the world will break the internet. Yeah, man. I don't know. People are gonna be shocked, man, when that happens in the anime. Yeah, I don't even know, man. That's gonna go insane. It's gonna go crazy. Seeing Jaro dying and taking lesson 5 out of it could also serve as a conclusion to the trauma he developed seeing his brother die as a kid. Yeah. Man, what great characters. I mean, again, we'll talk about it once we look at the character ranking, but what amazing characters, man. Johnny and Jaro. What's just amazing main cast. Diego, Valentine, Lucy. I mean, I loved Gregorio. We haven't really seen much of Gregorio in the last portion of the manga. But for the time that he was there, such an efficient character, man. Every time he was on screen, just really interesting, well written. Yeah, just a lot of great characters. Ringo, Sandman, Steven. It's so hard for anime only not to be spoiled to SBR stuff like the finale. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting because I mean, for me, I didn't get spoiled by anything, and I'm still like using Twitter and stuff, and but I guess that's just because I don't really have any JoJo content in my feed, so that helps. Favorite fights? I mean, I can talk about it real quick. I do want to keep some of those for the wrap-up stream. But yeah, I mean, obviously the final fight, in JoJo's, it's kind of the boring, obvious answer. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's tough. I'll need to think about it, but obviously, I think to me it's kind of tough to what I consider like the start of a fight and the end of a fight, but I think the final fight against Valentine to me is probably my favorite. So I don't know, either Jaro versus Valentine, Johnny versus Valentine. I don't know if you count that as one fight, those two combined, or if you just want to say Johnny versus Valentine. You know, it's probably my favorite fight. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about all the great fights and all of it, because there was a lot of fights that were great in this part, and spoiler alert, Valentine is in a lot of those. Johnny versus Valentine, best fight ever. Yeah, it's an amazing fight, man. Alright, it's been 2 hours. I think we'll kind of try to conclude the stream here. Yeah, what a journey. That was amazing once again, man. I just love JoJo's, and part 7 was the pinnacle of it. It was definitely a different experience from watching the anime, right? Reading the manga. I really wanted to do that just because I have so much respect for Araki, and it just felt like a disservice to not read his actual original work, right? Like actually reading the manga. So I'm really glad to have done that. The coloring as well, I think, was great. I normally don't read manga in colors. I much prefer black and white, but I think the coloring for Steel Ball Run was awesome. It was great. I'll obviously always go back afterwards and I kind of reread it in the black and white version as well. So I get to experience both still, but yeah, the coloring was amazing. Yeah, man, what an experience. Can't wait to talk about it a little bit more in the wrap-up stream. Once again, no date yet. If you guys have any questions for me that you want to hear from me in the wrap-up stream, leave it in the comments, as I said. Drop your questions there. I'll answer all of them in the next stream. And after that stream, it will be the end of JoJo's for a while. We'll be taking a break from JoJo's after that. And obviously once the anime comes around, I'm sure, you know, we'll do reactions to that. And I do plan on also reading part 8. But I will be reading part 8 on my own, so I won't be doing a stream for that. Or streams. But I will be doing reviews. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna just do reviews after like a certain batch of chapters or section, or if I'm just gonna be one big review of the entire story. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see once we get there. But yeah, this is it. I don't want to end this, but Ringo versus Jaro, Diego versus Valentine, yep. I'm just saying that part 8 is longer than this one. Yeah, I know part 8 is longer, so that's also gonna be a plus. Reading it on my own, I'm gonna be able to go through it faster than I would here, so that is it. I'll let you guys know on the community tab as always for the wrap-up stream, so stay tuned on that. But you know, if you can't catch the live, obviously the video will be up afterwards if you know you miss it. So thanks everyone for being here. I really appreciate everyone that's been here. We had quite a few people today as well, so it's been fun. I don't do streams much, but those were the exceptions and I really enjoyed it. So I'm from Canada, Lily. I'm from Canada, so that may be why you can hear the accent. But alright, have a good day everyone, have a good one, and I'll see you guys on